What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be picking up right where we left off. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year. We got a few things I want to get done today, or at least get started. Let's not waste any more time. We're gonna get right into it. All right, first things first, here's our compressor. We're gonna be adding some more air lines throughout the shop. Here's our kit we got from MaxLine. I've never used this brand before, but we'll see how it goes. So here's all of our hose. I think we only have 100 foot here. We're gonna have to order some more just because we are headed across the beam there all the way over and then drop down to the lift, as well as coming up from over there, up the beam, and dropping down somewhere in this area. So we will not have enough to do all of it. We got all of our clamps and clips and different stuff here to get everything hooked up. First things first, we're gonna cut this guy open and get it laid out. It's pretty cold in here. Kind of just let it settle. Hopefully it'll be easier to work with. Let's do it. Well, that's as far as we're getting today. This stuff is absolutely horrendous to work with. You have to just kind of like try to bend it straight and it doesn't stay. Hopefully it holds air good because it's not easy to work with, but we'll get that straightened out up there. There's a T up top. We're just gonna loop it either back to the corner of the shop and then around and then drop down, or we might just loop right off and then come straight across the roof here and then drop down over there by the door. Off this side, we're just going up top and then just going along there, down to between the lifts, shoot across, drop down, and we'll install a reel on the other side of the cheese puff right here, right there on top of the lift. And then this area will be covered, work area, and we got our one existing one right there. So that's the plan. I'm gonna wait till I have a hand to do any more just because this stuff is kind of a pain to work with by yourself. Dad just picked up a new truck, traded in his Laramie, and we're gonna take the badges off just how he did on the gray truck here. He already put a level kit on it and some new wheels and tires. It looks really sharp. We ended up getting the badges off Dad's truck. He wanted to keep the Longhorn badge on the back, but we took off the 4x4 there and that side as well. Now we're gonna go wash it. sure how well you guys can hear me. It is storming pretty bad outside. It is Friday afternoon after work here, and we'll be out here tinkering in the shop. Update with our switches here. Dad and I got to talking, and we think we're gonna try it out first and see how it goes. If we have an issue, then we'll end up just taking it over to the stereo guy and having him do it. He's already messing with the rest of the stuff anyways, but we're gonna test it out first. Like I was talking about last video, instead of mounting our switch right here, we think we're gonna pull this, we're gonna put it in this drawer here, since I don't use it for anything. I don't think I will, and this would fit nicely in there, either on the back, or we can shorten this bracket or do something, or just sticky tape it. That's gonna be the first order of business, is getting this drawer out so we can see what's behind here and clearance it out. If we need to notch a little hole in there, just get the wire back through there. And once it gets here, we'll see what we move on to next. We got that center drawer out. I still haven't notched it yet right where I want it. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do there. I did get this plate off from under the dash that goes right in there, and that's what I just drilled the hole through like you guys saw. We're gonna get this bolted back up to the truck, run the wire through, and then we'll run it back up how we had it in the drawer there, and then we'll figure out where we're gonna notch the drawer or drill a hole. Here's the box mounted. I didn't end up putting it on the fuse box, so like I said in the last video, I don't really like the idea of just screwing it to the lid. I found a spot up here that hopefully wasn't too important. Drilled some holes there. It's sturdy. I don't think it's gonna be in the way of anything, but I guess we'll just find out. Here's the wire running into the cab. You can see down there running through the hole we drilled. Once everything's ran permanently, we'll seal that up around the wire there. This hooks up to our box right there, and then we have our ground, accessory wire, and positive. With all these hooked up, then tidy up the wires all nice, and that'll be it for that until we're ready to connect the rear pods. I got the hole drilled in our drawer here, and we did it in the back corner. I could put this mat back and nobody would really know. Our cord goes into here nicely, and then we'll button this drawer back up and figure out how we want to position our buttons here, and that part will be good to go. I've been trying to avoid it. I'm a little gun shy on cutting some holes in a perfectly good bumper, so I've been putting that off till last minute. Got most of our wires ran, so let's go cut some holes. now have some backup lights, or work lights, reverse lights, all the above. Let's run through it real quick and I'll kind of give you the cliff notes on how we ran them. So starting up here, we've got our fuse box mounted. Then through the firewall there, black and red wire, we drilled a hole through that plate there. That red wire is the accessory and the black one is straight to the switch panel. And inside here, this is where we ended up mounting it. Right in the drawer there. And it's just sticky tape. It comes with some 3M tape. You can see I already got the one labeled that we're using for backup. So all we do is turn the key on and this guy lights up. Pretty slick. It auto dims depending on how bright it is. And then on off, and then it does momentary on off. So here on the side of the fuse box, that red wire, that's the one that's ran all the way back to our lights. As I go and hook more stuff up to the switch, the power will disconnect right there. Then you just have to find a ground and it's got power. It came through right here underneath on the frame. We pigtailed off. So you can see that red wire right there. That's the one that's coming back to our lights here. We made a jumper. This jumper heads over to the other light. Then we just grounded the light with the eyelet right here. So same thing, here's our jumper and then our ground. And that's that. Let me turn them on for you guys so we can see how it looks. These guys are very bright. This will be plenty good. I'll hit the lights in the shop for you guys. Nice and bright. Again, these things were only $20 for the actual pods themselves. As long as they hold up, that's a smoking deal. Just for reference, here it is outside the shop. Lights up the whole back pasture, all the way back there. Then when you're done, this thing just closes up and you don't even know it's there. Like I said in the last video, I was gonna have the stereo guy just wire it up when he was doing the other radio stuff for me, but Dad and I decided just to try it ourselves first, and worst case scenario, he can fix it when we mess it up. But we got it taken care of. Overall, this was a pretty easy installation. Just took a little bit of time and elbow grease. I'm happy with how it turned out. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. That will be it for today's video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for the support. We'll catch you next time.